What's up, fam? Welcome to the video. Hope you're well, safe, and healthy. We got a busy day in store. I'm ready to bring you along. Let's enjoy it. Let me walk you through this entire gym and footy sesh. So we first started with a hip extension in a quadruped position to activate the glutes. We then moved on to a rollover to reach, which really activates the hamstrings, stretches out the lower back before moving on to a short back swivel, also activating the lower back as well as the core there, really opening up. Then moving on to these adductor slides, very, very good for your groin, very, very good for your adductor. If you're a footballer, I suggest trying them out. Then when you have those down, we just move into a more dynamic adductor switch, which is going to get your adductors in a dynamic way. And then we move on to a forward float skip. As you see here, the main goal is to be bouncy and springy, really working on the balls of your feet, really taking a nice bounce the entire time. Then we moved on to a sideways float skip. So similar thing, we're driving off that back leg, keeping the arms and the legs coordinated the entire time. Obviously you go one way, then go back the other way. And moved on to a karaoke, which you guys saw in the last video. I hope you watched the last video. Before moving on to a 2 in, 2 out, really activate the brain and the body. Took that sweatshirt off, and now we're ready to get it. Barbell aided wall drive, really emphasize good sprint position before moving on to a chest stretch. And then we got into the basis, the main goal of the session, which is to work on my strides and really being able to drive and push off the ground. As you see here, I'm constantly on the balls of my feet. I don't really let those heels touch. This is what we've really been trying to work on. Then moving into a deceleration drill. I'm just bouncing in, bouncing out, bouncing back. And the whole goal is I don't want to be turning my head. I just want to feel that in the back, bounce in, and bounce out. And we move on to the same exact thing with a reaction. So as you see, my trainer Brian is clapping. As he claps, I decelerate. If he doesn't clap, I'm trying to sprint forward through the cones. Actually a very, very hard and underrated drill. So everything's reaction, everything's listening, really trying to be poppy and bouncy the entire time and sprint out. Before moving on to figure eights, just some quick and sharp turns around the cone, really trying to be sharp in and out of those cones and be quick, obviously. And we moved on to some Bulgarian split squats, focusing on driving off of that front leg with a 3-second pause on the bottom and exploding up on the top. As you see, I'm only doing about 1 to 2 lifts per session, coming off an injury, coming off surgery. Really trying to focus on mechanics right now before moving into lifting. As I always say, everyone is different. And we move on to some nice GHD holds, squeeze them cheeks, homie. Really focus on the lower back and the glutes here. Then moving on to holding a weight before I let this clamp nicely on my phone. Oh, this was enjoyable. Really, really enjoyable. Well done, buddy. Well done. There he goes. Then moving on to a low back extension. Our goal here is to drive through those heels, explode up, use that lower back, use those glutes, all posterior chain work here. Then moving on to more posterior chain work, more of a stability type drill. Reverse plank, really open up the chest, open up the shoulders, really activating the hamstrings, the glutes, the lower back, the upper back before moving on to a reverse plank on the bench. I went at this for 3 minutes. You really know when those small stabilizers are working, when you're just shaking afterwards. So after that workout and a small 10-minute break, I moved on to some wall work, some juggling work to work on my first touch. Here I'm just working simple one-touch balls, 10 passes with the right, before switching to 10 passes with the left, and so on. Then I move on to a one-touch alternating feet. As I always talk about, the goal here is lock that ankle, put that sole in parallel to the ground, and just get rhythmic with it. Then I moved on to a 2-touch, same foot, alternating feet. So as you see here, balancing on one foot, passing it off, and switching feet, touching the ball with the same foot the entire time. Then I just moved on to a right foot 2-touch balance. You saw this lastly in a partner session. Obviously you can do it with the wall as well. And your goal here is to really cushion absorb that ball, play the ball off the wall, and repeat. Same thing here, going left foot 2-touch balance. Same exact thing, really being able to absorb that ball, passing it off the wall, and repeating. Then working on some laces using both feet, just 1 touch off the wall before moving on to this, which I really enjoy. Yes, it might not be game realistic, but as always, we're trying to get a good relationship with the ball, good relationship with our body, and our awareness in space. That's so key. Being able to use every surface is always fun, always useful. It's a good way to just enjoy the ball and have a bit of fun. Then going into a double behind the back. This one's actually quite hard. I got to work on it. You're really having to twist the hips, move the hips this entire time through this drill. It's not an easy one. Then moving on to open touch turns. Yes, I know you guys and girls want me to look, but first I really want to groove the movement, get the touch down, find the rhythm off these walls, and just be able to comfort the ball. Then I move on to a look. So like I always talk about, we want to move into simple to complex. So start slow, then get those looks in. You don't want to be doing those looks without taking a proper touch. There's no point of that. As always, perfect the simple things, then move on to the more advanced stuff. Then I went into some sole takedowns, and the whole goal here is to really work on the timing, obviously using both feet, letting that ball drop, concentrating the entire time on that ball, and as it comes down, we take it down with our sole. Then I moved on to some more wall work using the sole to turn, and this is a bit harder. As you see, it's tough to kind of bring that ball down, or maybe I really need to work on it, really to turn with the sole when it's coming at a fast pace, but always good to have that in your locker. Then we move on to some inside touch takedowns. Same exact thing, juggle the ball a little bit, pop it over your head, take it down with the inside part of your foot, really trying to skim it across the turf, across the grass if you're lucky to train on grass. And as always, timing is huge. Then I moved on to an inside touch spin turn. As you see here, the goal, what you need to really work on is touching that ball with the inside of the foot and really being able to spin it. So as you turn, you're looking to spin the ball with the inside part of your foot near your big toe region, and then you add the look. As always, perfect the easier thing, the simpler thing before moving on to the complex thing, adding a look. Then I moved on to a left foot inside touch using that same spin touch, no look in the beginning to work on the simple, and then adding on the look. As you see here, as I said before, we're trying to spin the ball with that left foot using the inside part of our foot near our big toe region. And then we moved on to some more takedowns using the outside part of the foot. This is one of my favorite takedowns. I seem to get it real well. And as I said before, timing here is key. You're using the outside part of your foot near the pinky toe region. Then I just moved on to another set of some inside the foot turns with a look. I was doing about 25 to 30 of these interspersed between those takedowns. And then I moved on to some more takedowns, just a thigh to a sole. So using your same thigh, your same sole. So left thigh, left sole, right thigh, right sole. You're just looking to take the ball out of the air. And the goal here is when the ball is in the air in a match, you're just looking to take the ball to the ground as quickly as possible and get the ball pinging again. Next thing we moved on to was a opposite thigh, opposite sole. So right thigh, left sole, left thigh, right sole. And once again, just trying to get the ball to the ground as quickly as possible, get the ball in control, and we're looking to go forward. We're looking to play some footy. And then just some simple toe takedowns using the toe. Timing here is quite key. If you really look closely, look at that quick hop that I take as the ball is coming down. It's just a quick bounce, a quick hop to really get the timing down and get a nice soft touch. And then I just moved on to some outside the foot passes. I don't really care about the first touch here. Maybe I should, but I'm really just focusing on the outside the foot passes, playing it in with pace. Really want to work on that, especially with my left foot. Being able to play the ball with any surface is huge. Then I just worked on an inside the foot volley with one bounce, and as you see, the entire time my goal is to play it underneath that pole there. And it's just basically working on your touch, working on the weight of your touch, which is huge. And then we moved on to both feet, and weight of the touch is so important, really, to get used to playing the ball with a goal, with a weight. So my goal is to play it underneath this pole, and I have to have a proper weight the entire time. Can't have it too hard, can't have it too light. Now we're focusing on the lace part of the foot, but this really helps when you're in a match, when you're in a game, when you're training. Judging your partner, what he or she wants to do, what move he or she wants to make. You have to play the right weighted ball. It's so key. So here we just moved on to a left foot lace. And with the lace part of the foot, you're generally going to have more power, so being able to control this is huge.
So as you guys saw, a great little session with my guy Brian, actually quite hard and extensive. Did some light technical work for about 45-50 minutes. I was supposed to shower, not be a dirty man's, but check that screen. 2 week, dropped a weight on the phone, so I gotta go fix this. Then I'm gonna go do some work, and then I got a physical therapist appointment. So I'll take you guys along, let's get it.
We call 220 down the drain for being careless.
Nah, I just got the screen fixed. Should be all good now.
Alright, big homies, finally about to eat. You know the vibe, you know the Chipotle vibe. Just had my third session. I did a session with a movement coach after I fixed my phone and grabbed some coffee. She doesn't want to be on camera, so I respect that. We're really working on movement of the hips and overall total body fluidity and rhythm. Time to munch. I'm gonna work a little bit, then head over to PT. What's good, homies? We got a decaf cap. We got some work to be done. Grind a little bit, a couple hours. PT appointment, that's a wrap. Best in the game. Come see him.
I finished up a nice physical therapy session. Got a lot of blood flow to the tissue. Now I'm gonna go do some work. That's really it.
Nice ginger tea to end off the night. Yeah.
What else is in it? It's just pure ginger.
What's up, homies? How we doing? Hope you guys have enjoyed the video so far. Just sitting down after a long, productive day, great meal. And I want to share something with you that I thought about today while I was sitting in the bookstore. I actually tweeted about it, and I want to keep doing this every single video. If you like when I share some insights, something I'm thinking about, things that I tell my clients, things that I talk about my friends, let me know down below in the comments. But I think it really does help a lot of people out, so that's why I'm doing it again. So I tweeted this today. I love old people, man. They teach you to slow down and enjoy the little things in life. you could learn from every single person on the planet. And it's just so true. I was sitting down today at the bookstore, Barnes & Noble. I was just watching these old people come in slowly, not in a rush to do anything, not in a rush to succeed, not in a rush to improve, just to enjoy the little things. A nice coffee with a friend, a nice lunch with a friend. And that's really why I love old people. They really do teach you to slow down. There's no point in rushing all the time. I talked about this last video, but really it just rings true. Like, being around old people makes you want to chill out, slow down, get off your phone, have eye-to-eye, face-to-face conversations with people, really embrace connection and relationships. And it's huge. I'm actually thinking about volunteering in some nursing homes until I leave, after seeing that. It's just great stuff, man. But let me get into my nighttime routine. I'll show you what type of stretches I do, and then I'm off to sleep. Hope you guys enjoy this day. Gotta be quiet, Big Pops is sleeping. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Hit that subscribe if you're the homie. And I'll see you in the next video.